friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is going to be another installment of this year's makeup collection and declutter series. There are already 2 posted before this video and a few more to go after this one. Today's video is going to be attacking cheek products. We're talking blushes, we're talking highlighters, we're talking face palettes, all of the finishes, all of the formulas. I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous. I haven't actually filmed the collection and declutter portion of the video yet as I'm filming this intro and outro, but I'm so excited to get into it. I'm really gonna target like dupes and repetitive shades and getting rid of some things that I maybe haven't reached for a whole lot. If you notice in my short form content on like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, I've been doing so many like blush combo videos over this past year where I pair like different cream and liquids with different powders, and it's been so much fun for me. I feel like doing those videos has really given me the excuse to dive deep into my blush collection and pair different things together. And I feel like having done that is going to be really good for this video because I'll know exactly like what have I not reached for? What have I not felt compelled to use? What have I maybe used over the past year but didn't love as much as maybe some other things, because I definitely have tried and true favorites, and I have some things that maybe get put on the back burner a little bit. I'm excited to condense it down a little bit more to just a little bit less. I don't want to necessarily be a minimalist, but sometimes it gets a little out of hand. I try to be very cognizant of bringing new things into my collection, but sometimes it does get a little overkill, and it's time to just condense it down. Give away some things to my friends that maybe they'll enjoy more than me. Before we hop into this video, I did of course film this look. It should already be on my channel by the time this video goes up. It's from a recent 4 looks with 4 palettes. And as far as my accessories today, I just have this hat today. This is a hat from Nomad Cosmetics. It was from the Pacific Northwest collection. And yeah, I think that says it all for this intro. I imagine this video is going to be pretty lengthy, so let's just get into it. Hello, it is time for another installment of the makeup collection and declutter. As already mentioned in the intro and in the title, this is going to be my cheek products. My blushes, liquid cream powder, my highlighters, liquid cream powder, all that stuff. I did do bronzers already in my complexion collection and declutter video. I just felt like that was such a small portion. I would just throw it into that, and that's more of a complexion product than a fun cheek product to me anyways. So yeah, we're going to get into it. This is going to be a hefty one, and my plan is to really try to condense this. Like, I'm not necessarily getting rid of everything, but I do want to kind of figure out, do I have things that are the exact same? What can I let go of? So I have 254 things to go over today between all those different categories, and it's gonna be a long one, I'm sure. I'm a little intimidated, but I'm also really excited. And as always, just a little bit of housekeeping. Number 1, please don't get offended if I happen to declutter your favorite blush or highlighter. I'm so glad it's your favorite. It's just not mine for whatever reason. Number 2, please don't ask me to send you anything. I feel weird and icky sending used makeup to people I don't know. I give dibs to my close friends and family. I also try to donate what I'm able to if it's like gently used. And besides that, I recycle and toss what is just beyond its point of no return. And last but not least, please don't feel pressured to declutter your collection if that's not what's right for you. It's just what's right for me. I like doing this little reset at the end of every year. I like being able to give you an overview of what my collection is and do a little bit of personal decluttering. This is essentially something I would do no matter what, but I'm including you on the journey. So yeah, as you can tell, we're gonna start with palettes. Let's just get this out of the way. I have 22 things here to start with, and I think we can probably knock this down by at least a quarter. So let's do blush first. I feel like my ultimate favorite blush palette right now is the Masterclass Pro Blush Palette from Blend Bunny. I just love this palette so much. So this is gonna be kind of my benchmark. If I have things that I feel like are just too similar with other palettes, I might let those go, but I like that this has such a variety of brights and neutral shades, and it has glowy things. I love this. The formulas are beautiful. I'm just gonna kind of set this like maybe over here so I can kind of visually see it while I go through other things. Well, 2 that I know that I think are gonna be different enough that I keep forever and always are my blush palettes from Likely Makeup. This is the Clown Blush. I love it. I feel like it's just so bright and fun and vibrant. And really the only similarity I see is maybe the orange, but I feel like they're even different shades of orange, and same with the reds. But yeah, I love this. And I am going to be doing some swatching in this video, especially when I get to the single things, but with palettes, I'm mostly just kind of going based on my like gut instinct, what I've been reaching for, what I haven't been. And same with the Fairy Blush palette. I love this. I feel like it's so unique. It's so beautiful. I don't really use this teal on my cheeks, let's be real. It's just not my journey personally, but it does make a beautiful eyeshadow. But the other shades I think are so cool. I feel like I can actually part ways with the Juicy Cheeks and Bare Cheeks from Blend Bunny. I won't say that they're exactly the same as the Pro blush palette, but I feel like there's enough crossover that I don't need to have all of them. If you have all of them, there is enough differences as well, but for me, I just don't think I need to hang on to both. I guess also from Blend Bunny are my Ellis Atlantis palettes. I think I do want to keep these. I love that this is just like such a cool tone pink trio. It's so stinking cute. And then this one is more of like a corally orangey one. Yeah, I feel like these are just so pretty, so pretty, the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. But on that note, I feel like because I'm keeping those, I don't need to keep these DD Signature ones because they're just a little bit too similar. Like the Bliss blush is also kind of like a warm corally trio, and the Pinched Cheeks is kind of a cool tone pinky trio. I just realistically don't need both sets of those palettes. One I'm definitely keeping is the Pro Luster palette that goes alongside of the Masterclass. It is just a set of the most glowy, glossy cheek toppers. These are so pretty. This one over here could be a highlight if you have a darker skin tone than me, but they are all just beautiful, yummy, glossy toppers. I love them. I also know I'm keeping my Duality palette from Adept. I love this. I actually reach for it all the time. And there is definitely some similarities to the Masterclass one, but there's also some differences, like this ombre shade here, this like pearly, lavendery, shifty, toppery shade, this light glowy orange. I feel like there's enough of a difference there for sure. And I love my Adept Amy Loves cheek palette. I feel like it's just so pretty. We have kind of a cool toned vibe, kind of like highlightery blush combo. I love this. This one I might be able to let go of. This is the Baked Blush palette from Bella Beauté Bar. I just feel like it's very cute and the formulas are nice, but I just feel like all of these shades I've definitely seen already through the other ones that I've held, so I don't think this one's a necessary keep. It's very cute, but it's just a little redundant in my collection and not the first thing I'm reaching for right now. So I think I mentioned in my intro too that I've really actively been trying to like use different blushes and do different blush combos. I do a lot of like little short form blush combo videos, so like I feel like I'm very aware of what I have been and haven't been reaching for, which helps a lot in this instance. This is the Gourmand Girls Mermaid Magic cheek palette. It's really pretty, but I'm gonna be so honest, I just feel like between my Likely Makeup palettes, my Amy Loves, even this Masterclass one, and then a bunch of different colorful highlighters that I'm going to talk about when I get to that section of the video, I just feel like I don't need this one. It's very pretty though, but I think I'd rather give it to a friend. The whole point of this is to condense down. I can't keep everything just because it's pretty, or else I would keep everything. And last are my Lunar Beauty palettes, and I do think I want to keep these. They're very just like nudie, wonderful palettes. That's the Moon Prism. This is the Nude Prism. I love them. I love them so much. These might be unnecessary and redundant based on everything else I've shown, but I reach for these a lot actually, so I think I'm gonna keep them. Highlighter palettes are tough because I think they're so pretty. I love the colors that are in all these various palettes, but I haven't been reaching for highlighter palettes as much. I feel like I reach for my single highlighters more than anything, so I do think I need to let some of these go. I was thinking I might want to keep the Celestial Lights from Fantasy Cosmetica, but this one's just breaking so much. It's hard for me to even use it because it's just crumbling to bits. That breaks my heart, but I think I need to let this go. I know I can like do some repairs, but I have so many highlighters that it does kind of help my decision. This is a beautiful palette though. I'm also not that great at repanning things. This is the Moonchild from Jolie Beauty. It has kind of like iridescent, colorful, it's kind of hard to tell because they look just white in the pan, but they have like different colors to them. They're like iridescent. And I also have the Noctilucent from Blend Bunny, which is also like a bunch of like iridescent shades. I definitely don't need both of these, and if I had to pick between the two, the Noctilucent wins every time because I just love how sparkly and beautiful these are. So I'm gonna keep this one. I'll let the Moonchild go. The Simply Put between Blend Bunny and Donnie Darkowitz is absolutely gorgeous. I do really like this palette. I think it's really pretty. The formulas are so glossy and beautiful. But I feel like I do have similar shades to this scattered throughout my collection, and I know there's tons of singles that I do plan on keeping, so I think I'll pass this one along to a friend. This is the Resurgence between Unearthly and Heather Austin. Oh, it's so pretty. But if I'm being super honest with myself, the only one I'm really reaching for out of this set is the lighter one, and I definitely do have similar shades in my collection, and this isn't the first like little duo I reach for anyway. So I think I've had this one for enough years. It's getting kind of old. I have other things. I think it's time to let this one go. It just hasn't been my go-to lately. And last but not least is the Astral Radiance from Cosmic Beauty. This one is really pretty. It's newer. It was from their Starlight collection. We have kind of like a warm white gold. We have sort of this more iridescent-y one, and then this one works more as a topper on me. And it's beautiful, very like wet looking, glossy looking highlighters. But at the same time, again, I feel like I have similar shades. I just truly feel like I don't need a lot of highlighter palettes. Like I reach for my singles more than my palettes. So I'd rather just give this one to a friend who's going to enjoy it more than me and use it more than me. This was very cute though, but this also just wasn't the most standout part of that collection. The palette and the eyeliners, those were my favorite parts. Well, we're already off to a good start. I started with 22, I decluttered 11. I still have 11. So I literally cut that in half. I didn't expect to go that hard, but I think it was necessary. Let's move on to my like liquidy highlighters now. Moving on to highlighters. I have 65 total highlighters, but I have 12 that are in the cream liquid category. I can definitely condense this down. I don't need this many. I kind of reach for the same things all the time, so I definitely don't need this many. My favorite is the Rare Beauty in Light and Liquid Highlighter. I'm actually getting low on this one because I use it every single day. I think it's so beautiful. I love to combine it with my base makeup before I go on to powders. I just love this, so I'm gonna keep using this until I run out. I also have a mini one that I'm absolutely gonna keep because then I'll have it for when I run out, and I also take this traveling. I also like this mini pink one. It's in the shade Enchant. I'll keep this around too because having mini highlighters for when I travel is really nice. Not that I'm traveling all the time or anything, but it's nice to have. And I do think the shade's really pretty and I love this formula. This one in Enliven, I've kept around to be like a combination with my blush, but if I'm being honest, I just don't reach for this for that reason. And maybe that's my fault for not storing it with my blushes, but like I have so many glowy blushes. This just isn't something I'm reaching for. I'm gonna give this one to a friend. I wanna see if this one is still good. This is the ColourPop Liquid Light Drops in Petalite. I had two shades. Sun O'Clock went bad on me. Oh yeah, Petalite has also gone bad. You can see it doesn't even want to like squirt out of the thing anymore. It's just gotten too dry and kind of gross. I don't reach for these stick highlighters. These are from the Game Beauty and Street Fighter collection. They're very cute. This one is like kind of a blue shifty one, so pretty. And then this one's more of a pink shifty one. I just don't really reach for these. I feel like if I'm gonna use a highlighter that's not a powder, I want something that's more like actually liquid than like a stick. I feel like it's just too firm for what I want it to be. I have these Urban Decay liquid luminizers that I mix in with foundation sometimes. I was using Space Cowboy quite a bit actually because I feel like as a highlighter it's too dark for me, but mixed in my foundation it works pretty well. But I also just don't know if I like need this one. Like I don't think I need all three of these, so I'll let Space Cowboy go. I do like both of these shades as mix-ins or as face highlighters. This one is Mirror Ball, this one is Silver Lake. Mirror Ball is like a creamy like white, has a little bit of like a pink pearliness to it. Silver Lake is a little bit more of just like that like more champagne-y, icy sort of shade. This Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Highlighter is really pretty. It's a very just like, I don't know, just meshes into the skin nicely. Oh, a lot came out there. A lot came out there, but I just feel like I like my Rare Beauty and Urban Decay ones more, that I don't need to keep this one. I can't believe how much came out just now. And last, I have the Luminol Liquid Highlighter from the Lethal Cosmetics and Dexter collection, and I am going to keep this one because it's so pretty. It is like the coolest, like icy, shifty blue, almost purple in some lights. It's so like enchanting. It's very cool. Okay, so with that, I started with 12, decluttered 6. I have 6 again. So I think that's pretty great. I want to gather the rest of my powder highlighters now, and I'm doing this more so in color categories. Like I'm only going to bring certain colors at a time because, again, I really want to do some more comparisons and get rid of some things that maybe might be too repetitive. Starting with the first category, if you will, I went with more of my like neutral-ish highlighters, and I might not have been perfect with organizing these by color. I kind of just quickly shimmied them around, but we'll have 53 powder highlighters to go over today, but we're just gonna do it broken up like I mentioned. So these are my more like neutrally ones, and let's start with the sparkly ones, the sparkly clear, just wet looking ones. This is Skin of a Killer by Bella Beauté Bar. Oh, I love this kind of a highlighter. And I know I have a few that are kind of similar. This is my very old but beloved Fenty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb. This one's a lot more like true translucent with like just sparkle in it, where I feel like this one has a little bit more of like a, not a silvery base, but just more intense of a base. And honestly, in my mind, that's enough justification to keep both because I love them so much. I also have this Wedding Day highlighter from Glamlight. That's kind of a similar vibe as well. Yeah, I don't think I need this one and Skin of a Killer. They're not exactly the same, but I don't think I need both. I also have this ColourPop Vampire Skin Super Shock Highlighter. Yeah, this one's more of like a smooth silvery, but I really haven't been reaching for this one, so I think I can let this one go as well. This Diveroon one in Moonbow. This one has a little bit of like rainbowy sparkle to it, so it's kind of drifting a little bit from neutral. I wasn't really sure where to put this one though. Oh, but it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Actually, I have another like rainbowy one from Diveroon. It's this one in the shade Opal in collaboration with Andromeda. I want to kind of put those next to each other. Oh, this one has more of like a bluer base than a golden base. I guess keeping with the more white toned ones, this Moonlighter in the shade Squid from Black Moon is really pretty. It's kind of just like a soft white glow, and it is gorgeous, but I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna use like more of like a white icy highlighter, I like some sparkle, so I'll give this one to a friend. I have this Frosty the Snowman one in Winter Wonder. I think this came out last year. This one's more of just like another like icy white sort of a highlighter. And I mean, it's pretty, but again, I don't need a million icy whites, so I can let this one go as well. Oh, Flexitarian is such a classic. I think this is my second one I've ever had. Oh, yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna keep a frosty Super Shock highlighter, Flexitarian's just the one to have. So I also like that this one has the slightest bit of champagne to it that like some of these other ones don't. These are more like icy. I also do love my Seismic one from Colourpop. As you can see, this one has been my go-to that I've been trying to pan recently. Oh, it's kind of like Flexitarian, but it's like the sparkly version. It's so, so pretty. Honestly, I think I still want to keep this one kicking around and see if I can like completely finish it because it has been kind of my default go-to lately. So these more champagne-y ones, I think I can let go of. Year after year, I keep them because they're so pretty. This is the Ozone Skin Glazing Highlighter from Nabla. It's really pretty, but I just don't need a million like champagne-y highlights. And same with Moonbeam from Sigma. It's just like a pretty smooth highlighter, but I just don't need to have a million of these. Like I feel like the Colourpop ones I have are the ones that I reach for. I also have these two. These ones have a little bit more of a golden flip to them. This is from the Conjuring collection with Lethal. Oh, it's so pretty. It has kind of like a pinky golden sort of flip to it. I feel like it's not even translating the same on camera, but it has a lot more of like a champagne-y golden glow to it. And I also have this one in Light Glory from Odin's Eye. But this one I just feel like might be a little, I don't know. I feel like this is just a little too dark for me whenever I like, I don't know. I have to be very careful with this one or it can get too dark. So I think I'm gonna let go of Light Glory, but I will keep this Conjuring one because I really don't have any other like golden highlighters. And that's like pretty much the closest thing to gold I can have being as fair skinned as I am. I have this fully rainbow one from Lethal Cosmetics. I guess we can go over this one before getting into the individual colors, but this one is Lady Rainicorn from the Lethal Cosmetics collection with Adventure Time. It's literally a rainbow. Like if you apply it in the order like that it's in the pan, it's literally like a rainbow. It's so pretty. I want to keep this one. I have these four like purpley ones. I have the Morley Gray one from Bella Beauté Bar. I fear this one might be too dark for me though. Like it's so pretty, but yeah, I just feel like that is too dark for me. It's just like not meant for someone as pale as I am, as gorgeous as it is. These two purples I'm definitely keeping because I think they're gorgeous. This one is Number One Butter from the NYX Buttermelt line. I love this purple. It's like a soft lavender. And this one is Tarte from Cleona. It's so pretty, just like a icy, sparkly, like grape soda purple. And then I have this Cat Shark Moonlighter from Black Moon. This one's like a soft, like pale purple glow. And I do like that one. See, I like how like this, I don't know, this soft glow has like that purple gleam to it rather than just the white. Next are my like blue purple crossover ones. First is the Dark Dreamscape one from Bella Beauté Bar. I just absolutely adore this. I love a highlighter that's colored like this, like a blue purple shift. It's so pretty. Moon Cruiser is such a classic Kaleidos one. I've loved this for a million years and I'll continue to do so, honestly. It's just so good. It's right here kind of at the base of my wrist. This one has much more blue in it than it does purple. And honestly, like the purple shift almost looks pink in comparison to the Dark Dreamscape one. So I definitely feel like those are different enough. Lavender Dream from Odin's Eye is such a pretty one. Like this is one of my favorite Odin's Eye highlighters of all time. Actually, I probably should have swatched this with the purple section, but whatever, we're already here now. But Huh, I am thinking though, that's pretty similar to that NYX one, now that I'm looking at them up close. Oh no, that's the Cliona one, that's the Cliona one. Yeah, I just feel like this Oden's Eye one is just close enough to the other ones that I don't need it anymore, which I'm very shocked by. This one is Moon Tears. Oh, I love this one. Moon Tears is also one of my top favorites. Oh yeah. I love this one because it just looks kind of like wet looking with a little bit of like kind of blue-ish, kind of purple-ish hue. Gorgeous. And last purple one is Jellyfish from Black Moon. Oh wait, this one's more just like blue. That's okay, I'll do the blues next, but just like a soft blue glow. I do think that's really nice. Okay, these are the ones that I feel like are more blue. A couple of these might be leaning minty because I have a minty section as well, but it was hard for me to figure out what goes where. Drop is an absolute must keep from Diveroon. It's right there by my thumb. I'm trying to like capture that shift in the best way, but it goes from like clear to like blue. It's so cool. This one is Dim Glow from Oden's Eye. This one's more of like an aqua minty sort of one. Oh, it's so pretty. That's a contender, but I might compare some of the other like minty ones to that. This one is Subtle Radiance. This one's much more of like a icy blue sort of vibe. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Najura Shine from Oden's Eye. This one's like a really just like aqua blue. That one's just more of like a true soft aqua shade. Super, super pretty. Okay, these ones I feel like are more minty. So let's go over those because I definitely wanted to compare that Oden's Eye one to it. This one's April Showers from Diveroon. Ooh, that's pretty. It's a little greener than that Oden's Eye one. That's this one, the Oden's Eye's that one. But I love that one. And honestly, it makes me feel like I don't necessarily need this one as much, but I'm gonna hold off for now. Let me do Fanged Flora now from Diveroon. This one's like a split pan, so you could do one side or the other. But yeah, this one's more of like an icy with like blue sparkles in it. So, so pretty. Let me compare my Green Goddess one from Bella Beauté Bar as well. That one kind of awkwardly on the side of my hand here. I know it's hard to tell with all these millions of sparkles, so just bear with me. But yeah, I just feel like between the Diveroon ones and this Green Goddess one, I don't think I need this Oden's Eye one anymore. And it's honestly hard for me to even pick favorites because like these are all so pretty for their own reasons. It's like so hard to determine like what I like more than others. This Buttermint one from NYX is so cute. Oh yeah. I feel like that one's like almost the strongest, like just minty shade. It's like soft and pretty. And then I have this Be Perfect Cosmetics Get Wet highlighter in this shade Skin Sheen. I've had this for years. It's kind of like a putty texture and it's just like clear with sparkles, but the sparkles are like tealy minty instead of like just clear and sparkly. Love that. Let's go into my true green ones now. I think that's a good place to be. This one's Moon Talk from Oden's Eye. I think I'm gonna move back onto this arm. We'll just go over my tattoo. Sometimes it's easier to see the colors that way, honestly. But there's that green. There's this Ooze one from Unearthly Cosmetics and Xander. I kind of need to decide if I want to keep all of these. The Unearthly one's really pretty, but I almost just feel like this one's more subtle than I prefer. So I think I'll let this one go. Laser Glazer is a classic Kaleidos one. Like the fact that they never brought this back is crazy. It's just like the coolest green. Like it is so green. It has like a bronzy base and it's just the prettiest green flash through it. Prophecy is a multi-chrome highlighter, but it kind of has like a green shift to it. So that's why I kept it with the greens, but it's like a golden green depending on how the light hits it. I feel like the green is not wanting to show right now. But it kind of goes from like a peach to a green. And last is Sour from Cliona. This one's more of like an icy green. Yeah, I feel like the greens I have are all different enough. I'll keep the Oden's Eye one too. I don't have a problem with the Oden's Eye ones, by the way. I feel like I'm sounding like I'm singling them out. It's just because I have an abundance of them. I have like probably, I don't know, at least 10 Oden's Eye highlighters. So I really just wanted to make sure the ones that I had are ones that felt more purposeful. And the last section I have are more of my like pinky toned ones, which as you can see, I have quite a lot of, which I think this Unearthly Moth to a Flame one I can let go of because it's pretty. It has a really nice pinky gold shift to it. But again, I feel like this formula is just a little too subtle for me. It's like kind of sparkly, but not. Like it's pretty. It has a good shift, but I just have other highlighters I prefer. Let's see, this Gifted one from Kaleidos is definitely a keep. This one also has kind of a green shift to it. It's like pinky green. Just depends on how the light hits it, but it's so pretty. Ooh, this Trapula one from Gourmand Girls is delicious. I Love that one. That strong, sparkly pink is so good, which I feel like at least one of these Odin's Eye ones might be close to that. So let me do some comparisons. I think Rose Sky. I think it's Rose Sky. No, Rose Sky is a lot more subtle with it. That's so pretty and wet looking. I think that'll be a keep. Oh, it might have been Star Legend actually. That's kind of similar. Oh, it's like a brighter pink. This one's almost purpley in comparison to that one. Oh, I just love that. Let's look at Pink Star. Honestly, I might let go of Pink Star because this one's less sparkly. It's more just like a soft pink glow. And I'm just not as likely to reach for this one. I guess we can do the last Odin's Eye one. This one's Gentle Firefly. This one's kind of like a pinky blue sort of shift. Like I swatched that in such a bad spot I can't twist my wrist all the way. But this one's really pretty too. It has kind of a golden pink sort of vibe. Let's see, these Cleona ones are super, super fun. This one is in the shade Quench. This one's just like a beaming bright pink. And then this one in Crisp is like a bright, bright red. And upon swatching, these look like they'd be too dark for me, but they're actually really not. If you just pick it up on like a fluffy highlighter brush, these aren't too dark on my pale skin. They just look really, really cool and they're very unique. I think this DD Signature highlighter, I just haven't really been reaching for this one. You kind of like can swirl it all together and it's a really nice sort of pinky shade, but I just feel like it doesn't stand out compared to some of my other ones for what I prefer. This Ghost Orchid one is super cool from Diveroon. It has kind of like a, I don't know, just like a really pretty pink shift. Like you can kind of see the light and the dark in there. It's really, really cool. I also have this Diveroon one in Rainbow, which I feel like this one just had like enough of a pinkiness to it that I put it with this section. It's so pretty. All the Diveroon ones, they just have such cool sparkles to them. I have these ColourPop ones. This one is in the shade Meadow from the Twilight collection. I mean, it's just kind of like a soft, sparkly pink. It's honestly one that I forgot about, so I think I can let it go. I also have this Frosty the Snowman one in Icicle Spree. Right there. Again, it's just kind of like a soft, like they're pretty. Like none of the highlighters I've swatched today aren't pretty, but I have to be picky and this one just isn't one I've been reaching for at all. Last but not least, I have You But a Work. This is like a really nice kind of like baby pink highlighter. Very, very pretty. I think I'm satisfied with that. Like you might disagree with some of these, that some might be more repetitive, but I also, again, I was trying to hone in on like which ones I know I'm using. You know? So out of my more powder highlighters, I'd started with 53, decluttered 16, I have 37. I'm pretty okay with that. Like I took out, you know, maybe like a quarter of them. And with my highlighter totals, I started with 65, including liquids and creams, decluttered 22, and now I have 43. So I feel pretty good about that. Again, I feel like I took out maybe like a quarter of them. So I think that's pretty good. I think I want to do my cream and liquid blushes next. And again, I'm going to do it kind of in category orders. So let's get the liquids out of the way. I think that's gonna be the heftiest part. We have 167 total blushes between liquid, cream, and powder. So this is the heftiest part. For liquid blushes specifically, I have 60. So let's get into those. All right, moving on to some liquid blushes. Again, I have them kind of categorized loosely. I have like a bright reddish section. I have more of like a cooler toned pink / purpley section. I have more of like a regular in the middle pink / mauve section. I have more of like a peachy coral, and then I have these ones that are more like brownie nudie-ish. Again, they might not be perfectly categorized. I just kind of just threw things into different categories as I was placing things around, and we're just gonna go through them. And my plan of attack is to start with my favorite formulas and then just go from favorite to least favorite. And basically, if anything is repetitive of something that I like more, then that's the easy answer of what to keep. I feel like I have a little bit more strategy involved with the blushes than I did with the highlighters. The highlighters, I went a little bit more based on vibes. So for blush, my favorite liquid blushes of all time are the Rare Beauty ones. So I'm gonna do those first. So these are all automatic keeps. This one is Resilience. These ones will be a lot easier to see than the highlighter ones. I know that one probably got a little overwhelming. It did for me too. This is the one from the Tahine collaboration. It's just such a pretty brown. I love it. This one is Worth. So pretty. That one I maybe could have put in the peachy section, but whatever. This one is Hope. It's a mini. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if I had only minis of all of these. That's definitely very pink. I should actually put that with the pinks. I told you this isn't a perfect system. This one is Beloved. Oh, so pretty. So my second favorite formula is Glaminatrix. I love these liquid blushes so much. This one's in the shade Lavish. I do feel like it's different enough. Like it's kind of similar to that first one, but I feel like it has more yellow in it. So I can justify it because I love this blush so much. Next, I'd probably say these Lunar Beauty ones are my next favorites. Although this Rose Reina one, I think, I'm gonna put this with the pinks actually. Honestly, Mauve Mommy, I'm also gonna put in the pinks, sorry. I'm all over the place. Next, I would probably say these ColourPop ones. I really like these ColourPop liquid blushes. This one's Culver City. Let's do a little comparison here. That one is pretty nice. I feel like it's different enough. I can keep that one. I like the glow in that one as well. And this one is City Walk. One's like a good nudie shade. Yeah, I also feel like that one's different enough, so that's cool. I mean, I like knowing that I don't have everything a dupe for one another. Let's see about this Bellini liquid blush from Profusion. This one's a very like yellowy blush, but I almost feel like it's just a lighter version of Lavish. I don't know if I really need both, so I think I can let this one go. I have these two cheek slimes from Freck. This first one is Rose Buddy. I don't love the applicator of this because it just gets a little bit messy, but that's okay. I feel like it's kind of similar to that ColourPop one, actually, in Culver City. I don't think I need both, and I'm more likely to reach for the ColourPop one than this. I do like these cheek slimes a lot, though. I think they're really fun. And this one is in the shade Big Thrills. Let's give you a whirl. I think it's kind of similar to this Rare Beauty one. I think this one was the Tajin one. They're not exactly the same, but I think they're close enough. It's also a little bit close to this first one as well. Like it's kind of in between those. So I think I can let this one go too. And then I also have this Bare Minerals liquid blush. I'm not even gonna swatch this one because I think I've only reached for it one time. I got this as a gift at a Creators and Friends event, so I just don't think about this blush. Let's do kind of the pinky mauvies next, perhaps. I think that's a good route to go. Let me gather all of my Rare Beauties. So this one is Believe. This one's like a really pretty mauve. This one's Encourage. This one's also a mauve, but it's like a pinkier mauve. Happy is like a very fun, just bright pink. It's so cute. This one is Hope, like a softer nudie pink. And this one is Wonder. This one's more of like a mauve-y sort of pink. So next, let's pull out my Glaminatrixes and do some swatching. I know it's going to be impossible to keep track of which one's which. We're just going to get through it. This one's Gentle. I do feel like this one and that Rare Beauty one are kind of similar, actually. Kind of similar to Hope. I'm so torn because I love both of those formulas so much, but I really don't need both realistically, so I'll let go of the Glaminatrix one. And then I have this one in the shade Soft. Oh, and that one's kind of similar to Happy, but I feel like it's a little bit nudier than Happy. I'm gonna justify both, okay? It's my life. I can do whatever I want. But I have these three Lunar Beauty ones now. This one is Bloom Bella. I love this formula. I think it's so good. One looks like that. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of its own thing. I feel like it's almost a hybrid between these pinky shades and these nudie shades. Although this one is kind of similar to this Rare Beauty one, Beloved. I mean, if I am trying to condense, I need to let this one go. Next is Rose Reina. That one I do feel like is kind of similar to these two. That Glaminatrix one and that Rare Beauty one that I've already found. Like, they're not exactly the same, but they're close enough. I can let that one go too. And Mauve Mommy. I'm actually gonna put this over here next to these mauve ones. Yeah, that's pretty spot on with that. I think it was Encouraged by Rare Beauty. Dang, that's a bummer that like basically all of my Lunar Beauty ones were dupes of the Rare Beauty ones, but that's okay. This was the point of this experiment, is I wanted to condense. I have too many. All right, I just moved all of those to different categories because I felt like those last ones were more so fitted for another category. So we're moving on now. These are like the bright pinks, the cool tone pinks, some plummy shades in there. That's kind of where I'm at now. Let me gather my trusty Rare Beauties to start with. This one is Lucky, like the brightest pink in the whole world. It's so cute. This one is Faith. This is like a really pretty, like darker purple. Grace is like just a cuter, like softer, more cool tone pink. Spirited is such a fun, like purple. Like it's not even trying to be anything but purple. And this one in Truth is just like a really pretty kind of plummy shade. All right, Glaminatrix next. Let's see, Nurture. We'll pop that one like over here. Oh, that's so fun. That's like just like a fun bubblegum pink. Love it. Let's see about Kind. Yeah, Kind is more of like a, almost like a fuchsia. Very, very cute. And then Tender. This one's like a soft, like baby pink. Yeah, I feel like all of those are different enough. Like they definitely have drastically different pink undertones than the Rare Beauty ones that I've shown, even out of the nudie ones. All right, Lunar Beauty. Are we about to find that these are also already duped? Preciosa Pink. I actually think this one's gonna be pretty different. Yeah, I feel like that one's very like almost lavender pink. Not as purple as this, but definitely like a lavender pink. It's very pretty. And then Fuego Fuchsia. I fear this is gonna look like one of these. Actually, no. I feel like that one's much warmer than some of those other ones. Like, I feel like it's lighter than this one, lighter than that one. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Let's try these ColourPop ones now. This one is Sweet Treat. Let's pop that one right here. No, I feel like that one's different enough too. And it has a like a glow to it, as you can kind of see. It has like a little bit of a shine. I mean, they all look shiny because they're creams, but like it has a glow to it, like a pearliness to it. All right, let's do I Know That's Right. I feel like it's kind of similar to that Lunar Beauty one, actually. So I'm gonna let this one go. Then this one is Angel Face. This one's very bright. Very, very bright. I almost feel like this one's kind of similar to that one, too. I think I can let this one go as well. I have these two from Simply Posh. This one's Frosty. Another kind of like cool toned sort of pink. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of similar to some of these other pinks. Like it's kind of similar to that Lunar Beauty one. Like it's not as purpley, but I feel like it's close enough that I can let it go. I don't like love, like this formula is good, but I'm not as obsessed with it, so I can let it go. Oh yeah, this one looks just like that one. Just like that one. Maybe a little bit brighter, but close enough. I have this Dee Dee's Signature one in Lilac Mist. I have a feeling this is gonna be kind of similar to some of these other ones. I feel like it kind of looks like this one over here. Don't ask me which one that is at this point anymore. But I feel like I have similar vibes already. Oh, and then back to the plummies, I'll swatch this one over here. This one is Jam Sesh, I believe. Yes. And I mean, it's a little redder than some of these, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm just more likely to reach for those two anyway, so I don't think I need this one. These ones are kind of my orangey corals now. So let's do the same situation. I'm gonna start working down my arm. That one's Virtue. Some of these might look similar-ish to some of these nudie ones as well, so I'm gonna kind of keep that in mind. This one is Bliss, like a very cute, lighter, peachy shade. This one is Joy, a very bright, like peachy coral. This one is Love. I love that one. I love the warmth to it. And this one is Charm, also kind of like a pinky coral. All right, Glaminatrix, you are up. Start with Sunny. I'll just plop that one right here. Yeah, I feel like that's a different enough shade of orange. I can keep that one. Petal is a little bit nudier. It is kind of similar to that. I think it was Bliss. Yeah, I feel like it's close enough to Bliss that I can't justify both. Some of these I can justify. Not all of them, though. This one is Poppy. That one I feel like is fun. That one's fun enough and different enough. And then Warm. How are you? Oh yeah, I feel like that one's a completely different shade of orange than some of those. All right, Lunar Beauty, Pumpkin Poppy. You know, I feel like it's really similar to Joy from Rare Beauty, so I can let this one go too. This I Love It one from ColourPop. Let's see how you are. You'll probably be similar to these. I feel like it's a little similar to this one over here, actually. This Charm one, like it's a little pinkier, but honestly, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I see that color all throughout my arm, so I think I can let this one go. I have this Dee Dee's Signature one in Peachy Glow, which I feel like, yeah, I feel like I definitely have that already, so I can let that go. This one from Profusion in Cosmo. That one's definitely like redder. Definitely redder. I feel like it's actually kind of close to this one from way up here. One of these first Rare Beauty ones, so I think I can let that go. And then I have these Cheek Slimes. In my mind, Fielding is my favorite, but it might be repetitive of some things. Yeah, I definitely feel like I see this like up here or like in here. Yeah, I don't think I need that one. I also really like this Love Flush one. This one's more pinky than I remember. I thought it was gonna be more reddish, but yeah, I definitely have something similar to that. See, it's a lot easier when I get to like not that I don't like these cheek slimes, but as I get down the list of like which formulas I like more than others, it's a little easier to let things go than the things that I like the most. This one is cuffed. Yeah, this looks so similar to some of these like lighter nudie ones. Even this one actually looks kind of similar to that Bliss one from Rare Beauty, so I can let that go too. Last but not least are the ones that are more like red. So yeah, we'll start with the Rare Beauty again. This one is Grateful, just like a bold bright red, like so intense. And this one's gonna be like a darker, more muted shade. This one's Souvenir. Like it's a little bit more browny, terracotta-y, but it's still like in the red family in my opinion. I'm loving seeing this gradient of colors down my arm. All right, Glaminatrix, we have Sweets. Let's plop it right next to this red. I mean, those really are so similar. Maybe this one's a little bit cooler and this one's a little bit warmer. I feel like I really can't justify keeping both of those. They're so similar. I have this Simply Posh one in Berry Cold. This one's more browny. Yeah, I definitely feel like I have something similar up here. Like even like one of these looks kind of similar to it. So I'm gonna let this one go too. I have this DD Signature one in Rosy Bloom. Let's plop that over here. I feel like that looks just like the other one I laid down, or it's kind of similar to this actually. And last is Sangria from Profusion. And yeah, I feel similar, like it kind of just looks like these plummy ones over here. Yeah, I think I demolished that. Let me get my totals for that section and then we'll move on to the creams. So yeah, out of my 60 liquid blushes, I decluttered 26 and now I have 34. So I almost cut that in half. And that actually feels so good because like genuinely so many of these were like pretty repetitive. So it feels good to have it a lot more condensed. And I literally only have 4 liquid blush formulas now. I have a ton of Rare Beauty, a lot of Glaminatrix, some Lunar Beauty, and some Colourpop. So that's actually really funny to see that I truly just kept my favorites and everything else I had was just a bit repetitive. So yeah, that feels good to wind that down. Let's move on to creams now. And I'm going to do the same thing, kind of categorize it by color. I feel like that's been working really well. Getting into the cream blushes, I have 53 here. And again, we're going to do it kind of color category style. So first off, I have kind of my just like, I don't know, like nudie shades, if you will. And I want to do the same thing where I do like my favorite formulas first and work my way from there. So out of these creams that I'm seeing, I honestly want to say Lawless is my favorite. I really like how pigmented they are. So this one's the shade Angel. My hand is definitely a little stained from before, but that's okay. This one is Rosebud, kind of like a more mauve-ish pink. This one is Duchess. So those are sort of the 3 I'm starting with. I want to say next my favorite would be these Unearthly ones, these Paranormal Plush blushes. This one is Wilted Blossom. These are cool because they have a little bit more of like a powdery texture-ish. Ooh, but I feel like it is kind of similar to that Lawless one. They're pretty similar. Like that one's a little pinker, but I don't think I need both. And then this one is Burnt Rose, which I also feel like is kind of similar to that Lawless one. So I think I can let go of those. Next I'm gonna say, actually I'm gonna say Melt Cosmetics. Melt's one of my top favorites. This is Sundown. This one's gonna be pretty different, I feel like, because it's more of like a golden, shiny one. Next I'll say Sigma. This is Quarter Rosa, kind of like a classic nudie shade, but is it not so similar to that other one? I don't think I need to keep it. I love this Glaminatrix Duo. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this with creams or blushes, but I usually store this with my creams, so we'll just do that. I'll swatch the powder next to it too, why not? This is in the shade Muted Mocha. It's kind of like a brownish sort of duo. I feel like it's a little bit browner than these as far as the cream goes, and I like this duo aspect. I actually reach for this a lot. I like to take these traveling with me actually. I have this Salt New York one. This is in the shade, I actually don't know what it's in the shade of. I want to say it's just like light or something. These are like these glowy something or other formulas. It's kind of like a highlighter blush hybrid, and it's really, really pretty on the cheeks, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it's almost a little too subtle for what I go for, so I'm gonna let this go. And then I have these 2 sticks from LYS Beauty. This one's in the shade Elite. This one's a little pinkier. Probably should have saved that for the pinky one. And then this one is Focus. This one's a little bit more of a mauve-y sort of shade. I do like these, but I don't know. I'm gonna put these in the maybe pile for now because I feel like once I get to like the plummy reddish and the pinky-ish, I might change my mind. Let's do the plummy reddish ones next, I say. I guess out of these, my first favorite would be the Paranormal Plush from Unearthly. So we'll lay that down right here. So pretty. And then next I would probably say Melt. This is Daydreamer. It's like a really pretty like plummy with sparkles in it. So good. It's like a brownish plum. Next, maybe I would say Cosmic Beauty. This one's in the shade Mary. It's kind of like a bright reddish sort of tone. Well, it's like a pinky red, I suppose. It's not super red. And this one, I forget what the name is because it's not written on it. It's just the formula is written on it. I want to say this one is called like, I don't remember. There's 3 that came in the Sinister collection last year. I don't remember exactly what this one's called off the top of my head. It's a little bit like rosier than the other one. Honestly, I don't know if I need both of these. I feel like out of the 2, I like Mary more, so I'm gonna let them go. They're not exactly the same, but they're close enough that I can ditch them. Next, I'll say Sigma. This is the Nearly Wild cream blush. Right there. Kind of feel like it's a little similar to that blush stick, isn't it? Now I just need to decide which formula I like more between LYS and Sigma. I do like the glow that's in this LYS one. I think that's really, really pretty, but I do love how these blend out. Yeah, I think I've made my decision. I'm gonna keep the Sigma, but I can declutter the LYS one. Give Me Glow in Cherry Vanilla Whip. This one's super fun. I love that color. It's like a really pretty like rosy brown. Gorgeous. That's pretty unique to itself too. I saved these for last just because they're hard to compare because they're very different. So first is that blush duo from Glaminatrix. I'll put it over here. I do feel like that color is kind of similar to the Unearthly one though. And honestly, out of the duos, this one's my least reached for out of the 3 that I have. So I can let this one go. And then this is like hard to compare to anything because it's kind of like a cushiony texture. It's like not exactly a cream. It's not exactly a powder. It's somewhere in the middle. It's its own thing. This is the shade Truth. I love these bouncy blushes so incredibly much. So it's kind of its own thing. I'm not really comparing it to other things because it's just is what it is. All right, Bright Pinks next because I definitely wanted to compare that LYS one as well. So again, starting with the Lawless ones. This one is Cherry Pie. Plop that right over here. That is such a like bright pink. That's so fun. And then this one is Valentine. Super like just bubblegum fun. Next I would say the Likely Makeup's my favorite. This one's Blossom. These are also kind of like a creamy texture, but then they kind of feel like a powder as they dry down, similar to those Unearthly ones. That's pretty cute. And I feel like it's purpley enough compared to that Valentine one from Lawless. The more I look at this LYS one, the more I feel like it just blends in with some of these like reddish ones that I like, reddish plummy ones. So I just don't think I need to keep this. I do like this formula, but it's just not my go-to. I feel like stick formulas just aren't my go-to. So I feel like I'm gonna feel the same way about this one in Bubbly. Like it's pretty, I don't know, I'm less compelled to reach for the sticks. I don't know why. I guess on that topic, I don't really want to keep these either. This is like a bright pink in the shade Pink PNG from Smashbox. Like it's so pretty and fun, but I just don't reach for the sticks. And this one's Cami from Game Beauty. Just like bright, brilliant pinks, but I don't know. These are also so similar to the other pinks that I have, and it's a formula I don't love, so I can let it go. And then the Rare Beauty Bouncy Blush in Thriving. That is definitely a keep because I love this formula. It's so like buildable and beautiful. Let's do more of like the cool tone baby pinks now. Yeah, I guess out of these, starting with the Lawless ones. So we have Gumdrop first. Very cutie like baby pink, and then this one is Cheeky. This one's more of like a softer but still baby pink. This Give Me Glow one in Strawberry Milk. Oh yeah, I feel like that's much warmer compared to the other two. That's really cute. This Cosmic Beauty one, let's compare that one. Yeah, I feel like that one's lighter. Like that one's like the lightest one. That's really pretty. I guess all that's left is the Glaminatrix one. How do you compare? I do feel like this one is kind of similar maybe to like this shade, but I really do like these duos. And I feel like the pink one I do, like the pink one and the nude one, I reach for the most. So I think I'll keep this one too. All right, so this is kind of my like peachy, reddish, orangey-ish section. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the sticks because I already know I don't reach for these as much. So yeah, starting with my Lawless one, this one is Starburst. It's kind of like a nudie, peachy shade right there. Let's see. I'm like kind of forgetting which order I like things in because some of these I like kind of the same amount. This one's Polish from Melt. This is one of my top favorites in my whole collection. It's so pretty. This like glowy, peachy shade. It's so pretty. Let's see, this Cosmic Beauty one in Nutmeg is so pretty. This one's kind of like a brownish, sort of shade. It's so good. I have these two Sigma ones. This one's Coral Dawn. I feel like it's kind of similar to some of these nudie ones I talked about earlier, so I think I can maybe let this go. And this one's Pashmina. This one's more of like a pinky coral. Honestly, yeah, it looks kind of similar to some of these other ones too. I guess I can let these go. They aren't like super standouts for me, I suppose. I have these two Likely Makeup ones. This one is Cosmo. It's like a bright orange, like very in your face orange. And same with Poppy. This is a very just like in your face, like pinkish red. I have this Jolie Beauty one in the shade Bliss. I honestly haven't reached for this one in a really long time. And I feel like it's kind of similar to some of these other ones, so I can let this one go. And then I just have these Rare Beauty ones. This one is Hope, this one is Happy, and this one is Grateful. Hope, Happy, Grateful. This one is Alive and Worth. Alive and Worth. I love this formula. It's so pretty. And honestly, I feel like these got kind of buried amongst all of my others, so I'm happy that maybe they'll be more at the forefront again. And last, I have my weird miscellaneous ones. I'm gonna let go of the Marceline one from the Adventure Time Lethal Cosmetics collection. This is one of those pH blushes. It just looks like kind of a weird reddish shade on my skin. It's not bad. It's not like that intense weird pink that a lot of pH blushes give, but this one, it's still just not my favorite thing. I'm also gonna let go of this purple from Cosmic Beauty. It's a fun shade, but it does not look good on me. I feel like I have to mix it with something else in order for it to look good. It's just not a good purple for me. On my cheeks, at least. On my eyes, yes. Lips, sure. Cheeks, not so much. And then I have these two yellows that I did want to compare and see if they're the same. So this one is Mustard Moment from Give Me Glow. Oh, it's so good. I wore this recently, actually. And this one is Goldie from Likely Makeup. That one's a much more light yellow. And if I'll be honest, I don't like this one as much. I like the mustard one better, so I'll let go of the Likely Makeup one. All right, well, out of those, I had 53 to start with, decluttered 22, and now I have 31. I feel like that was pretty good. Cut out like maybe a third of them or so. All that's left is powder blushes. I have 54 of those, and again, I want to do it kind of in this color category order. I'm loving doing it this way. I feel like it's been very helpful. Especially with the blushes. Highlighters still get a little confusing because there's so many like little twinkles and little shifts and little sparkles and things like that. But blushes, it's been very clear to see like what I prefer, honestly. All right, last but not least, the powder blushes. Like I mentioned, I have 54. So we're gonna condense this down. Starting off with my absurd amount of like nudie blushes. Mauves, nudie pinks, brownie nudes. It's too many. This is too many. The other category colors are not as obscene. This is kind of ridiculous, if I'm being honest with myself. Readjusted a little bit because I felt like a couple of these could go in different categories. But yeah, I feel like out of these, oh, this one could probably move too. But yeah, I feel like out of these, my favorite is probably the Singe Beauty. This one is Riveting Rhubarb. I just really like this formula. It's very like glowy and very pretty. I also love this NYX one in Feelin' Butta. It's so pigmented and so pretty. And looks so similar. Okay, well, I genuinely don't think I need both. Wow, I didn't realize how close those were. Oh, the Rare Beauty, duh, this is my favorite. I don't know why I didn't start there. This is in the shade Hope. This is my favorite. Oh yeah, just like glossy, shiny nude color. I do like these unearthly ones. So this one's in the shade Mystic. Oh my gosh, that one's also so similar. This one is a little pinkier though, so I can justify keeping it. See, I do like these Sigma ones a lot. Let me do the glowy ones first, because those are my favorite. We have Bronze Star and Tiger Lily. This one's Bronze Star, this one's Tiger Lily. Why do I feel like those are also just so repetitive? How did I acquire this many of like the same kind of color? Especially because all of these, for the most part, like have a glow to them, some more than others, but like they all have a little bit of a sheen. These ones are all matte, so maybe we'll have some differences here. We have Quarter Rosa, Nearly Wild, and Sunset Kiss. Quarter Rosa, Nearly Wild, Sunset Kiss. I mean, Quarter Rosa is such a classic, but I genuinely feel like the Singe one and like the Rare Beauty one, it's just the glowy version. And I do prefer a glowy version, so I don't know if I need Quarter Rosa. The other two I think are different enough that I'm gonna keep them. I have these two from Odin's Eye, Pink Bloom and Sunset Clouds. So we have Pink Bloom, Sunset Clouds. Probably should have saved this one for the pinky section, but whatever. I think those are pretty cute, and they're pretty different. More like mauve-y pinky. I might change my mind on the pinky one later, though, once I get to the pink section. Oh, I do love these lethal ones. So this one is Plan 9. That one goes right there. Ooh, that looks pretty similar, too. Everything else, and same with Ornamental. Let's see. Yeah, those look so identical to everything else I've already showed. I'm loving this new one that I just got. This is Float from Glossier. It's kind of, okay, so it's almost like that plushy texture as well that I talked about in the creams, but I feel like this one's more powder than cream as far as that plushy pillowiness goes. Oh, I do feel like it's kind of similar to things I have, but I like how different the texture is, so I'm gonna keep it for that reason. And honestly, looking at all of these, like What's Up Beauty and this mauve one from Give Me Glow, Swipe Right, I just feel like I have these colors. I have these colors already. I don't need to swatch them to know that I don't need them. I also haven't been reaching for these in particular. Let's go orangey next. I don't have as many of these. So starting with the Singe one, Timid Tomato. More of like a yummy orangey shade. It's kind of like a muted orange. I have this Lethal one in Float that I love. It's such a good glowy orange, so pretty. And Orange Sunny, Peach Gleam, and Sienna Luster from Odin's Eye. Orange Sunny, Peach Gleam, Sienna Luster. Honestly, those are all pretty different than what I've already laid down. Peach Gleam might be teetering close to that Orange Lethal one. So maybe I can let this one go, but the other two I'm gonna keep. And then I have this Twin Flame one from Give Me Glow. That is a really pretty matte orange, but I feel like, honestly, I have some really good matte oranges in my blush palettes that I reach for more often than this one. Okay, I've got a lot of peachy orangey ones here too. The crows are also cawing like crazy outside my window, so enjoy the ambiance if you can hear it. But these are kind of teetering on like orangey, corally, peachy, warm pinky, kind of in that zone. So let's again start with my favorite, so Rare Beauty. And this one is Cheer. That one's more of like a brighter, softer pink. These are just the most beautiful blush toppery blushes ever. Let's see, let's go NYX next. This is You Know Butter. Plop that one right there. Oh, so good. And then let's do the unearthly ones next. So this one's Lumen. Ooh, that is so pretty. Oh, I love that one. This one is Blaze. One's more like in your face, like glowy, orangey coral. And then this one's Dusk. I probably should have done this one in the nudie section, but that's okay. I feel like it's like peachy enough. Yeah, I love all three of these. Maybe these Kaleidos ones. I don't remember exactly which one is which. They're not written on the back of the packaging, so not exactly sure. But there's that one. Oh, that one's very like pinky coral. And then this one's more orangey coral. I do feel like these are kind of similar to other things I have though. And I've also had these for years. They're getting a little old. They're not like the first thing I reach for anymore. I think maybe it's time I can let these go, especially just because they're a little repetitive too. Oh, my Melt ones. How could I forget? These are absolute loves. This one's Genesis. It's technically a highlighter, but I've used it as a blush for years. It's like a peachy gold. It's so pretty. And then I have this Buzzkill Duo blush. It's like a very pretty, like glowy, shifty, but I do feel like it's kind of similar to like that Joy Rare Beauty one. So I think I'll let it go. So I have these Odin's Eye ones. This one is Solar Eclipse. I feel like this one's gonna be kind of similar to some of those others. Yeah, it kind of is. It's a much more sparkly gold though, but it's also like very broken. I have to be very careful with it. So because it's similar enough, I'll let it go. This one is Glow Powder. I love this one. It's such a brilliant, like bright pinky coral shimmer. That's pretty fun. This one is Warm Sun. It's kind of like a soft, like muted tangerine color. I do still really like that one, and I feel like it's kind of different. And then Luminous Heat is like a bright, like hot coral color. But I feel like the ones I have from Unearthly I like more because they have a glow and it's kind of similar, so I'll let it go. The amount of mess that I am making is crazy. And then I have this baked blush from Kosas in Blush is Life, which I feel like is also kind of similar to some of those like bright Unearthly ones, so I can let this one go too. Let's do my like brighter, kind of cooler toned baby pinks now. This one is Happy from Rare Beauty. I actually broke my original one and love it so much that I bought a second one. I just love that like baby pink glowy topper. I feel like these don't swatch very well, but they apply so beautifully. Ooh, which reminds me, I actually also wanted to swatch that Odin's Eye one from before again, kind of just in this vicinity, just so I can compare. This glow in Celestial from Blend Bunny and Ellis Atlantis is one of my favorite things ever. It's kind of like a glowy blush topper, highlighter, however you want to have it. This is one of my favorite things in my whole collection. The Singe blush in Riveting Rhubarb. Oh yeah, I feel like it's a little warmer than that Odin's Eye one for sure, but I feel like they're close enough that I'm always gonna pick the Singe one over this. This NYX one in My But a Half. Oh, I love that one. It's so cute. This one, Crush from Unearthly is so pretty. I feel like it's kind of a little similar to that NYX one though, isn't it? I feel like it's lighter. I feel like it's lighter. I'm gonna justify that one. This Lethal one in Carnation, I have a feeling is gonna be kind of similar to both of those. Yeah, I can let this one go. This Kaleidos one, I think it's called Dreamwalk, but again, it's not written on it. It is a little bit lighter of a baby pink. I do like having some variety. Like the NYX one is more pigmented. And last is Lilac Mist. Ooh, that one's more like pink pink. You know, that's pretty different than the other things that I've swatched so far. I feel like that one stands out a good bit. All right, moving on to like the kind of more plummy reddish sort of ones. So we have Truth and Love from Rare Beauty. This one's Truth, this one's Love. Truth, Love, oh, gorge. This Glossier one in the shade Storm. Love these blushes. I was really impressed by them when I tried them recently. See, I have these two Lethal Cosmetics ones. We have Pansy and also Adorned. So Pansy, Adorned. I feel like Pansy feels a bit different, but Adorned kind of reminds me of like Truth and Love kind of fused together. So I'll keep that one. I have this Kaleidos one. I think it's in the shade Sanguine. Kind of like a really pretty red. I do still really like that one. That's a good one. If I was being really nitpicky, I'd also be comparing these to all the blush palettes that I saved, but I'm not in that meticulous of a place right now. Let's see, I have this Flower Beauty one in Berry Moore, which honestly, I feel like it is kind of similar to a lot of the other stuff I have, so I can let this one go. And then I have these two bright ones from Kosas. We have Chills, which is this one, and then Heartbeat, which is this one. Chills, Heartbeat. I feel like Chills looks a lot like that Adorned shade, and Heartbeat looks like some of these various like reddish shades that I've already put down, so I don't need these. And last but not least, I have the yellows and my one purple. This is in the shade Aster. It's not like my go-to shade, but it is really cute. I like that it's like such a cutesy, glowy lavender. Okay, and now on to the yellows. My favorite's the Singe one. This one is Persistent Persimmon. I'll put that one right there. Beautiful. And then I'd probably say this Kaleidos one. I want to say it's called Joyride, but I don't remember. That one's more like of a brownie yellow. It's so pretty. And then probably this Lethal one in Dandelion. This one's a much more like bright yellow. It's so pretty. And then last is Hey Honey. I'll put that one right there. Which that looks pretty similar to the Singe one. Like they're not exact, but they're close enough that I don't need both. And wow, I'm officially done. I'm gonna get my final totals for those powder blushes and then get you my grand totals. Okay, I was off by a couple when I did my count at the beginning. It was kind of inevitable with this many things. So out of my powder blushes, I had 62, decluttered 27, and now I have 35. So I feel pretty good about that. I knocked out like a third of them. Out of all of my blushes, total it was 175, decluttered 75, and now I have 100. So my major grand total between all things blush, highlighter, and palette, I started with 262, I decluttered 108, and now I have 154. So I almost cut it in half. I didn't expect to go that hard, but it feels really, really good just having it much more curated down and a little less repetitive. So for those of you who are visual, here's the picture of all 262 things that I started with, here's the 108 things that I decluttered, and here are the 154 things that I'm keeping. So yeah, this just feels very relieving. I love it. I'm so excited. Well, I hope you enjoyed. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I haven't actually filmed that portion yet, so I'm excited for future me to see how it goes and see all the decluttering and swatching and colors and all of the things. But I hope you enjoyed. I would love to hear your thoughts on what your favorite blushes and highlighters are in your collection. Do we share any of the same favorites? Do we have completely different tastes as far as formulas and color preferences? I would love to chat about it down below. If you made it to the end of this video, leave some just like, I don't know, different colored emojis that represent the different blushes and highlight colors you like to wear. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram on battybean there as well. You can also subscribe if you want to see more videos. You're also welcome to hop over to my second channel linked in my description box if you want additional content, and also in my description box is a link to my channel memberships. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep watching, I'll pop a similar one on the screen. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next one.